Okay. What's going on?
What's going on? This is Harris.
And I'm Isaac.
And we're going to show you how to put on HIP rails.
Nice. No. Well, I'll talk us through it.
Okay.
So, obviously, first things first, through the magic of television, we've already wrapped this up. But you'll have to take out the seat and remove the carpet. There might be a couple clips. If you have the trim panel down here, you might have to remove that as well. But afterwards, I found it easier to tie up both carpets so they're out of the way when we're fitting the frame rails. So Harris will show you the bottom of the car.
Oh, can you get my light? Cool, thank you. Okay, so this is what MX5 Miata frame rail looks like. As you can see here, that's made of battle scar, and it's pretty good the rest of the way. So what reinforcement rails does is that it supports this. It supports this guy, so it doesn't get banged up like this, and just provides a bit more stiffening on the body. Because as a convertible, it's inherent that it has wet noodle-like properties. So we're gonna install this onto the car. Go ham.
Alright, so each of the rails out of the box will come with a pair of rails and all the necessary hardware to install these rails. So these are the pre-production units that we've been used for testing. So obviously they don't come with the water drain holes, but yours will. Features of these rails are 2mm CNC bent stainless steel 304. We've got cutouts for the hard lines, so this is only on the driver's side. The pre-production ones have the cutouts for the passenger side as well, but yours won't come with those. We've also got an extra bend or extra fold down here for additional stability, and no cutouts down the side for maximal stiffness.
Just for our viewers at home, is there a left and a right?
Yes, there is a left and a right.
How can you tell? With the, besides the cutout holes, is there anything else?
Well, that's probably the biggest thing, but the way that these angles are, so obviously when they fit onto the car, they'll fit like this. So the shorter side here will be on the driver's side. Shorter side here, point inwards, will be on the passenger side. So make sure the shorter sides both point inwards towards each other and not away from each other, like so. Okay, so yeah.
Now it is possible to install these rails with one player, but it's always good to have two players to help you get a good camera shot of your balls. So one person can hold the rail and drill the holes, and the other person would support it with the jack. So that's what we're going to do.
So we'll bring you down here, up the behind, for a closer look at what's going on. So a good tip is also, if you've got a jack handy, which you probably should have in order to put this up, and if you don't have a mate which has a car lift, which not many of us do, a helpful trick is to get the jack and jack up the rails, and make sure they fit in place. So the jack can actually hold up the rails, and that prevents you having to bicep curl for about 30 minutes straight. I mean, that's no problem for me, but Harris might find it a bit of a struggle.
Curls for girls.
Tries for guys. Okay, you hold the front.
This one?
No, other side.
So just with the jack on the rear side, I don't have to hold the rail in place. Now, yeah, I don't have to hold the rail in place. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the passenger side, you want to line up the end, the long end, with this seam here. And then you can make your first drill hole into the chassis.
So let's take a look at the back, where the back will be. The back will be roughly there. I don't know if that helps. And that's set back from the edge of this curve. So from the side, you should be able to see. Hold up.
You can take it off its mount and use it.
Yeah. Easy like this. Can you see? Yep, you see where that curve is. And it should be just set back from there. Okay. Cool. Alright, and so just line up all the holes, run a small drill bit, either, you know, 3 mil, 4 mil, so to get your pilot holes, and then you'd want to run a, what are we running, 8 mil?
It's a M8 bolt, so a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah, so 8.5 if you have it, 9 if it's going standard, 9 or 10 is fine, but yeah, you don't want to go too big on that. Alright, so finish drilling your holes, and on to the next step. Found it much easier to go from the bolts, so you'll be getting pan heads, which look like so, and we're trying to get the rounded bit in the car poking out, and we'll chuck the nylocks on the bottom. The washer here, washer and bolt.
No.
Nice. Easy one, easy one.
Are you holding tension on that nut? Oh, sorry.
Not at all.
Okay, hang on. Okay, cool. And all right. Now that we've got 3 of the bolting, we can drop the jack, and then got more room to do the holes. I just want to take a photo of that. So that's quite close to the ECU cover, but it should clear on the production samples, and this is what it looks like on top. That's that. Okay. Okay, now we are under the driver's side. That's the front of the engine. As you can see here, this is where the hard line would normally go. There's a 10 mil socket bolt head that you need to remove here, and that's what's left. For our rail, you can keep this guy here, and if you want to, you can bolt it back up here, but we found that just using the plastic spacers for the hard lines work, and they don't go lower than the frame rail, so that's why you're safe there. So we're doing exactly the same thing on the driver's side as we did on the passenger side, and that's it. Okay, so that's the driver's side frame rail in. You can see here that's the hole for the hardline brackets. You could use it if you so wish, but just by me grabbing it, you know, that's not going to go anywhere. So you can use it if you want to. I felt after months of testing it didn't really move anywhere, and it was okay. I'm looking on this side if I can get the light there. So anyway, that's the other one over here, which is okay too. And yeah, it's higher than the frame rail, so you won't get any scraping on that. But otherwise, that's how you install frame rails. And obviously, you put your seat back and all your carpet back where you had it before. Anyway, that's Harris and Isaac signing out. See you later.